Hi, my book is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Ralph Ellison was born to Alfred Ellison and Ida Millsap. He has one brother named Herbert Ellison. He was born the grandson of slaves, and he is the son of a construction worker. He was poor and didn't have very much. He was married 2 times, and the second time was to Fanny Ellison, who he was married till he died. He died at the age of 80 on April 16th. His education was Tuskegee Institute, which is a music school. Other works was Juneteenth. An awards he won for Invisible Man was Anisfield and Wolf Book of the Year and National Book Award. He has connections at the University of Chicago and the University of New York, where he worked as a professor. Themes of the book were racism, like white people were racist towards black people, even though the white people didn't feel like they were. They just had a instinctual prejudice against them. And that's existent today, I feel like, and a lot of black people would agree. The themes are taught where he had a white cult with a few black members called the Brotherhood, and the white people were always in charge and didn't really listen to him, even though they thought it was like a fair brotherhood of sorts. The age level I'd recommend would be 16 or higher. It's really long, and the slang, it makes it really difficult to read. Impact of the novel on the world would be always be yourself, because the Invisible Man, he had an invisible personality, which meant like his personality towards other people would be different than his visible personality to himself, so he was always different. And it got him in a lot of trouble, so taught me that you always want to be yourself and be that visible personality. I don't recommend reading this book. It didn't use correct grammar. It was really hard to read, and it was lengthy. It took a couple of days to read untold time. The perspective of the book is in first person, and personal connections. He went to Tuskegee, which is where the Invisible Man goes to college, and he moves to New York to go to work, and that's where he worked. At the beginning of the book, he's in high school. It's in a big arena full of the town's white people in Oklahoma. He dreams of becoming a speaker, and he is supposed to speak at this thing. They throw him in a boxing ring with 6 or 7 other black males, and they begin to fight for the white people's entertainment. After this is over, he's beaten up. He just got knocked out. They put an electric mat out with metal coins for the black people's payment for entertainment, to see them shock themselves. After the thing is over, he gives a speech, and they're so impressed they give him a briefcase and tell him that the fate of his race is inside it. He opens the briefcase and finds a full ride to Tuskegee University. And in college, he's showing the millionaire co-founder around. He gets kicked out of college because he showed him bad parts of the town they live. And basically what he showed him was a guy had incest and raped his daughter, which is really weird. But the dean of the college sends him to New York City because he says he'll return him from New York if he pays his debt to society for what he did. But he never is going to return because he was permanently expelled. He gets a job at a paint factory. He gets fired after he doesn't release the pressure on a boiler and it blows up. And symbolism in this book is the rebirth of this scene. He's in a medical room and he hears loud machines, and It sounds like a woman, like, screaming, like she's pregnant, and he's being reborn. And this is where he gets his new personality from. His personality is always changing throughout the book. And after this, he's on the street. He's trying to pay his rent because his check from the company's running out after he got fired. So he joins the Brotherhood for racial rights as a speaker. And this is where he starts getting a lot of trouble for having mixed personality, and he starts to upset the public. But you'll have to read this book to see what happens. The main character of this book is the Invisible Man. He doesn't have an actual name. And there's a bunch of minor characters, but in the book, he's just looking back at his life over a period of time and evaluating what happened. And yeah.